Hello everybody, McFluffy Stuff here, and today I'd like to bring to you an updated Esper Control list with some War of the Spark cards in there. For any of you who've actually seen us streaming on Twitch, normally when we do MTG Arena, we're normally playing Esper Control. We're a huge Control player. Right now Esper Control is the strongest list. We've been attached to the hip with it since the new, well not the new set, but Ravnica Allegiance just came out, excuse me, and we've seemed to roll with it ever since. We haven't played a whole bunch with this deck because right now we're in the middle of brewing a ton of other decks. Um, but I do think these changes are sound to make to the deck, and I definitely recommend you try them. Before we go any further though, I want to say if you like the deck, please leave a like, comment down below if there's any changes you'd make to the deck, and subscribe to the channel to get notified when we drop new deck techs. With that out of the way, here's our updated Esper Control list with War of the Spark cards. So we have 2 Search for Escanta, 2 Cast Down, 2 Dovin's Veto, 4 Thought Erasure, 4 Absorb, 2 Teferi Time Raveler, 3 Mortify, 1 Oath of Kaya, 4 Chemist's Insight, 2 Vraska's Contempt, 4 Kaya's Wrath, 4 Teferi Hero of Dominaria, the mana base being 4 of each dual land, 1 Swamp, 1 Island. So as you can see from our base list here, not too many changes. Dovin's Veto comes in over Negate. The reason for that is it's good versus control lists, and having an uncounterable counterspell in the control matchup is fantastic. We have the 2 Teferi Time Raveler. This thing is a beating against decks like Burn, forcing them to use burn spells on their turn. Greatly limits their options that they have. Jamming this on turn 3 against a control list that does not have 2 upright lands will suffer the fate of Teferi, which normally can swing the game in your favor and basically end it if you can protect it. The 1 Oath of Kaya. So when it comes into play, it deals 3 damage to any target, being creature, planeswalker, player, and you gain 3 life. This is actually very good for things like the burn matchup where it gets rid of something, it's a removal spell, and it gains you life, which is great. The rest of it is whenever an opponent attacks a planeswalker you control with 1 or more creatures, Oath of Kaya deals 2 damage to that player and you gain 2 life. So if you have both Teferis out and they each swing a creature at each Teferi, it will deal them 4 total damage, 2 for each planeswalker being attacked, and you will gain 2 life for each creature being attacked. Oath of Kaya is a very sneaky card. On the outside, it doesn't look very strong. In testing, this card has been fantastic for me. I could potentially see playing another one, but I still like something like Mortify a little more just because Mortify still deals with those pesky enchantments that we don't want to see right now. So not too many changes from the main though. We've only added 2, 4, 5 total cards, which might not seem super interesting. Let's take a look at the board here. We got 2 Duress, 2 Dovin's Veto, 1 D-Spark, 1 Narset, Partner of Veils, 2 Cry the Carnium, 2 Thief of Sanity, 2 Hostage Taker, 1 Eldritch Reborn, and 2 Enter the God Eternals. A lot of additions here for our sideboard. Let's going to start off here with the 2 Enter the God of Eternals. At first when I looked at this card I thought sorcery speed, deal 4 damage or something. You gain life. That's kind of garbage. The Mill 4, that's just cute more than useful. The Amass 4 is whatever. I was completely wrong about this card. Being able to remove a card or remove a creature and gain 4 life is huge, especially in matchups like Burn, Mono Blue, Mono White, even against some mid-range decks where you have to continually shock yourself with your shock lands to kind of stay on curve with them. The Mill 4 to me again is actually still whatever, but the Amass 4 is really powerful. Being able to get a creature out of all of that as well is fantastic. Eldritch Reborn has just sort of been a staple since it's come out. Not really going to say much about it. The 2 Hostage Taker, we've said enough here on the channel about it. It eats so many creatures, it's just good. The 2 Thief of Sanity, pretty much staple. I know most lists like to play 3 or 4. I personally only like to play it as a 2 of because I am a hardcore boring control player. The 2 Cry the Carnium, still a good removal spell, not much to say there. 1 Narset, Partner of Veils. The Narset is great in the control mirror if you can get your Teferi out the next turn, get out your Narset turn 3s and turn 4. Normally the game is just completely done. Being able to shut off their draw engine and their counter spells is fantastic. Narset being a search for Escanta as well is great. Not needing to use mana to activate it is fantastic. And normally versus decks like Control and other mid-range lists, it can be very pesky to get Narset off board. We got the one of D-Spark. In theory, I love this card. I haven't personally used it a whole bunch. I did remove the Disdainful Strokes from our board for a D-Spark and the two Dovin's Vetoes. I think the D-Spark is worth playing. I haven't tested with it a whole bunch yet. I do think it's worth trying out though. And the two Dovin's Vetoes, I think they're just better than something like Negate now. Especially because on our deck, we want to be the better control list versus other control decks. The 2 Duress I think is very important. I'd almost say you could maybe up these and get rid of like the Eldritch Reborn and add one more Duress. There's so many Planeswalkers, so many cards you want to get out of their hand as quickly as possible. Yes, it does not hit creatures, so there's a lot of matchups where Duress will not come in, but for the matches where you want Duress, you're going to want Duress. So with that all said, that's how our updated Esper Control list with War of the Spark is currently looking. I'm sure as time goes on we'll make tweaks, we'll play test more, we'll figure out more numbers, and maybe we'll have another updated Esper Control list down the road. Again, if you liked it, please like the video, comment down below what you would change to the deck or any questions that you have, and subscribe to the channel to be able to get notified when we drop a new MTG Arena deck list. Hopefully we're going to keep pumping them out like crazy, because there's a ton of stuff to talk about right now. With all that said, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace out.